Hey there, we are back and we are pretty much done with our sourdough journey. But today I have a tip on how to use some of your starter. If you've got starter that you're keeping in your fridge and you're baking bread once a week, you've got a lot of starter that you're trashing, especially if you are in the process of making your starter. You're trashing starter every day. You can put it in your compost, but it still seems like a lot of waste when, especially in these pandemic times, it can be hard to get flour, so it doesn't make sense that we're composting it. So my friend Caroline, who was the whole impetus for this video sourdough journey to begin with, forwarded a recipe to me about how to make sourdough crackers, and she got it from Love and Olive Oil, so shout out to them. Go check out the exact recipe on their website. But what I'm going to do is show you the great success I have had with their recipe. The fun thing is it gets rid of lots of starter. It calls for almost a cup. You still weigh it, but volume wise, that's a lot. And so it's very satisfying to be able to use a lot of it when for bread you're just doling out little samples. So the other fun thing about this is if you are a fresh pasta maker, you have a pasta crank machine and you feel like you just want to use it more, you only get to use it every so often. So yes, indeed, you use your pasta machine for this. So using the starter, using the pasta crank, that to me is just a double bonus. So what you do is you make a dough and you chill it, and then you can roll this out with a rolling pin. If you ask any Italian grandmother, she will tell you that yes, you can get a nice thin pasta with a rolling machine. It's the same kind of thing. But it will take a lot of practice, and so this, if you're using a pasta machine, it's kind of no fail. Okay, so once you've got your dough using their lovely recipe, you simply make sure that your pasta machine is on its widest setting. That would be number one. Crank it on through. You turn it once over on itself, send it through still on the one setting. Okay. And then I like to fold it kind of into thirds and turn it and send it through still on the one setting, but now we're going in the other direction. Okay, and then do it on a two. Now, if I had a little Marx Brother in me, and I'm going to three, I would make sure that my scarf got caught up in this, but I don't, so I won't. Okay, so we're cranking it up to four, so it's getting thinner and thinner as we go. That wasn't supposed to happen, but hey, somewhat live theater, right? Okay, and so we're up to five. Maybe I do have a little Marx Brother in me, but very little. Okay, and we're sending it through one more time. Okay, so all you do now is simply lay it on down on a sheet pan, and your sheet pan is covered with either parchment or Silpat or some other silicone type device. And so you just have a nice pan full of them. You take your spray, which you already have from your sourdough days, and you get a nice spray. And then you take some nice flaky salt. I've got Maldon, which incidentally, I used to think was French, so I would call it Merdon. And then I realized it's from the UK, so now it's Maldon. I'm not even going to try to do that with any proper accent. But anyway, you just want to sprinkle on some nice flaky salt If you have a finer salt, that's fine too. Get it? That's fine. Yeah. Okay, so then these go in your oven at 350 until they are light brown and crispy. And I will show you what I baked off this morning. All right, so they come out, you know they're done when they're a little bit warped, that's fine. And what you do to eat these is you simply break them up. So you get these nice irregular shards, and they're fabulous. They will certainly visually and culinarily, is that a word? Add to your charcuterie plate, platter, board. And they're just really nice, crunchy, delicious. So there you have it. Okay, so today's music we had is Bruce. I have no idea when I opened my eyes after doing that random selection, and there I have little young Bruce staring right at me, right on. My life tip of the day. Some of you might not agree with this, but my life tip is something that I do, and it's something that I recommend for parents who have chosen to give their kids a smartphone. Yes, that is a choice. I recommend setting the display into black and white. Why? Well, it just makes it a little bit less of kind of distracting eye candy and a little bit more like a tool. So, you know, if you go into a casino, are things in nice neutral gray tones? No, they are not. They are flashing, they are colorful, they are just trying to distract your brain and lure your attention. To me, a phone is the same kind of thing. So if you want to change your display into black and white, now it doesn't mean your photos are in black and white. They're still captured with full color potential, but it means you see them in black and white, which is also kind of cool. So all you do is go into your settings to accessibility, and then display, and then it says something like color filters, and you just either turn off the filters and it'll go to black and white. So anyway, it's something fun to consider. I do it myself. I like it. There are some apps and whatnot that are designed with color in mind, so it's not as intuitive for everything, but it's a fun experiment. And with kids, I think it's nice just because it makes the other world, the world outside of your phone, more vibrant. And so if you ever are, as a parent, are frustrated by the fact that they are focused attention-wise on their electronics and they're missing out on everything else, then this might be something you might want to try. Okay, well, there we have it, and that's all for now. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, loveandoliveoil.com, and thank you for watching. See ya.